What is the criteria that divides a believer and an unbeliever? Do you need to see if the person has received God's grace? There is something much more important. It is whether you give thanks for the grace you received. God did not give us grace because we have some merit or qualification. As we received grace, there is something we must consider. It is about what God's expectation is. God gave grace to everyone in the world. This includes unbelievers. Some people consider themselves as believers, but make light of God's grace. But if they truly received grace, they would give thanks for it their whole lives. People have the nature of quickly forgetting about God's grace, so they are tight-fisted to live gratefully. This is even more so when wealth is involved. They say they recognize God's grace in their hearts, but this is meaningless. We were deceived by the devil and bound to our fleshly lives. But now, we can live gratefully to God in faith. This is the chance to show our truthfulness to God. This is because only a person who knows the true value of grace can overcome their obsession with wealth and live thankfully to God. A certain leper came before Jesus. Leprosy at the time was seen as sanitarily and religiously unclean. Since it was contagious, this leper's act could have made people angry. However, the Lord's reaction was unexpected. The Lord approached the leper, an object of curse and exclusion, and touched him. Thereupon, the sickness left him and he was immediately cleansed. While the leper received this grace and was deeply moved, the Lord said, "Go your way, show yourself to the priest, and offer for your cleansing those things which Moses commanded, as a testimony to them." The leprosy left, but for him to be recognized as clean and enter society, he needed to receive confirmation from the priest and give offerings according to method decided by the law. This was a very cumbersome process, but through it, the person who got rid of the sickness must have realized deep in his heart that he received grace and become aware of his responsibility before the community. This is the same for us. Since the Lord cleansed us, we should now live as He wants and in the way He wants. Let's remember the grace we received and live spiritual lives set apart from the world. As members of the church, let's live new lives as the Lord hopes for. Let's testify that we're saved. Testify that you are saved. Mark chapter 1, verse 40 to 45. Sungrak Church, Lord's Day Service.